Hello, welcome to Spy Money. I'm going to show you how the SpyBot Profit Finder indicator works and also how the Profit Finder bars work. These are two separate indicators. You can buy them individually or I package them together for a discount. So it'd be up to you. The way this works is instead of having regular candles on the screen and where they're all jagged, and I'll show you what it would look like. You know, you don't really know how to trade that. A lot of people don't. You have these ups and downs, and it just messes you up. All through here, you just you want to get in long, then short, and you don't know what to do. So what I did was I made this to where it will smooth out everything and keep you in the trade longer. So for instance, from here to right there, one contract is $775. From here to here would be 270. From there to there is 960. That's a real good day. I mean, you're looking what 16, 17, 19, about $2,000 that you'd make from the close yesterday, which was 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I'm sorry. So if you got 5 o'clock and then you opened up and then you just got in this, then you got in your short, and just stay in the trade with the green red. You don't even have to have candles up, but you can follow these. Now, the profit bars is a good indication to know if you should get in short or long. Where this one's all green, and you can set these different time frames. I use, like on this one's 100 ticks, I go one under, and then I go one over, and two over, and three over. So that's a 15, 5, 2, and 100 tick. You can change these to anything you want, anything that you have in NinjaTrader you can change to. And it works really well. The As far as when you start getting in this chop and you start looking in here, you may or may not go in this long, but let's just say you did. So right there, it's like $10. And then if you got back into there, then you're $25. And there, $10. But if you get in, you could always just stay in, either stay in short or stay in long. You don't have to switch, or you just don't even get in at all. That one's about zero. And there's $25. So when you get in this kind of chop, you're really better off to stay out. But when you get in, you don't know for sure if it's going to be chop or not. This could have been a really good long. So you're going to be trading a little bit through here, but as you can see, you're either going to make a little bit or lose a little bit. It's not going to be real drastic. So it's worth sometimes going ahead and getting in the trade and just playing it out. Of course, this is midnight time, and during that time, usually we don't have a lot of movement. The movement is usually after the London session opens, which is 3 a.m. And this one started at 2:33, and then it took off. So you can just use your best judgment on that part and trade, when you would like to. We also have a bot that we're coming out with in the next week to 2 weeks, and it will use this as a trade. So it will enter on the green, exit on the red. So the bot can be leased on our website, and that way you can just let it run and see what it would end up doing. But just in this little instance, we have that. So a lot of people say, well, you picked a good day, so let's just do this. All right, so we're back on November 3rd, and this one right here. So we take this. There's money. You might or might not take that. You're probably break even. About break even there as well. And you're going to be about break even there. Or you could follow this profit bars, and you see this is all green. This right here, you get in. Maybe you just stay in right there. You're already way up. You put your stop down here, and you just let it ride on up. If you did that, you would end up making more money doing it that way. So this one, if you went up and you start seeing the red coming in on several time frames, you go ahead and get out. So instead of getting in and paying all the commissions to keep on trading, you get in one time, you made $390. This is 4 a.m. in the morning. Actually, the entry would be 3:21. Your exit would be 6:25, so that's a 3-hour trade. And then this one, 130, 205, 110, and this one here, would you get in at or not? You have one red down here and then the rest green. I'd say yes. So if you got in, and maybe you just stayed in right here and just kept your stop down below. Maybe you just kept on riding this up. You've got a lot of green down here, so maybe you just go ahead and stay in. There's 260. So that's one big long trade. Or you could just go ahead and get out on each one of these, and you're probably, close to break even on these, maybe a little, maybe make a little, maybe lose a little right here. And then when you got in this one, you would make up for it. So just from here to here, you're looking at $105. Now this is one contract. So you could trade, ever how many contracts your account will allow. And you can also trade this on MNQ, the micros, the minis. You can trade on bonds, anything. Just give you an example of a bond. So right here. So you got in right here. You got out right there. There's 468.75. This is ZB. I know a lot of people trade the ZB. So right here. When it first changes, maybe you get in, maybe you don't. Let's just say you took that one all the way long or short, because your bars are showing short as well. So if they're showing short down here on those other time frames, you probably ought to just stay in short and not let the little ones go back and forth. So we have from here to here, that's bonds. So you've got 5, there's roughly 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, $1,600 from 6:23 to 5 in the morning. So about what is it, about 11 hours. Pretty good money, and that's only trading one contract. Just think if you do 10 contracts. I mean, it's a lot of money. And then a lot of people like to trade the ES. So let's look at ES and see what it looks like. This is current right now. Now, last night we've had a lot of chop. This is since 6:30 this morning. And if you look at it on the regular candle, there's a lot of chop in here. But this would say to stay in it. You've got all greens here. You stay in. That's 137.50. Right here, maybe you come down and stay in it the whole time. You have a lot of red right here, so maybe you just stay in that. That's $50. That's 1 point. Not very much, but it's money. There's you got a tick there. From here to here, 175. From there all the way down to here, there's 400. You have a lot of red down here, so you would stay in a short. And there's another 50. So this is this is overnight. We had a lot of chop last night. So this would keep you in the trade longer, keep you from over trading, and actually do you a lot better. Let's go back. Let's pick another one here. YM. I trade YM a lot. Let's see what it looks like. Now this one here, overnight, it was just pretty much chopped all the way. But we've got mostly long here, so maybe you got in there and you just stayed in it the whole time and never got out. This right here would be a good little drop, but you got a lot of red there, so you go ahead and get out. You've got 3 reds down here on the bottom, so you get out there. There's 785 from just right before close. So maybe you got out at the end of the session, and then you went ahead and got back in at 6 o'clock, and then just rode it the rest of the way up. Right here, I mean, you would have had a lot of red, then you turn to green, so maybe you go ahead and get out, but there's still $135. Let's try another one. RTY. I love RTY. That's one of my favorites. I trade it a lot. And yesterday I made a lot of money on RTY. It was really good. As you can see, I have all my lines drawn out for my support, resistance, and stuff like that. It did really well. And on this one, it'd be the same way. And this is set up on a 200 tick. You can set this up on a 1 minute. So if you set this on a 1 minute, let's get rid of the candles, and you can trade it that way. I usually trade on a smaller time frame. I like the tick charts. Sometimes I'll trade a 400 tick. 170, it seems like 170 does a really good job. I just dreamed up that number, and I traded a lot, and it actually does a really good job. But on this one, if we come back, and let's just say we got in right there, we're off of that bottom. And if you use this with your support and resistance, it actually works better because you could have got out right there. And then it started pulling back. Maybe you held off on it because you got all this green. As soon as it turns green, you come back in, and you got out right there. Just those two trades is $1,655, and that is from what would be 2 o'clock to 15. So it's only like an hour, just right there. Or you could have just stayed in that trade the whole way. So it actually works really well. I'm real happy with it. I trade with it. I like this. I have different ways I trade. I don't just stick to the profit finder. I have other indicators I use, and I switch back and forth. I get kind of bored with one, and I'll switch over to another. But all of my indicators work really well as long as you know how to use them. This one is probably the most simplified one because you're just looking for red and green. And again, we will have a bot out in within 2 weeks. And when that bot comes out, it'll automatically enter the trade there, and it'll automatically exit the trade there. So on this one, it would have entered, exited, entered, exit, enter, exit, enter, exit, and then enter, exit, enter, exit, and then another one. So you would have had several trades in there, but maybe that green was going to reverse. You never know. As long as it enters and exits, you're going to make, or either probably break even, maybe make a few dollars or lose a few dollars on those little green ones there, which actually I'll make it bigger. Right there, you've only got 1 bar, but I'm also going to make a thing in there to where you have to have, say, two bars before it'll enter. So you wouldn't even really enter that one or exit. So on this one, you might have entered a short there, but it wouldn't have exited until you had 2 green bars. So we're going to make some different things to make it actually work a little better. But as you can see, I mean, this is that's a good trade. I mean, just go from, if you went short right there all the way down to here, 865, and then let's just say you stayed in that trade the whole time. Say your zones and everything worked out for that way. So that's almost $1,700 right there, just in those 2 trades. So really, in 1 day of trading, you could easily get your money back if you follow the rules and look at your bars and everything. You could easily get your money back just on 1 contract for the indicators. So after that, it is just a matter of making money, because once you buy the indicator, it's yours. There is no other fees. There's no leases with it or anything. Now the SpyBot auto trader, there's a lease with that, and it works really well. We've got a lot of different bots using different price action strategies and different indicators, and it actually works really well. We've got a new one out called the 2-step. You have to take the 2-step course in order to be able to lease the 2-step, and it does a really good job. It works strictly by price action only. So if you have any questions, let me know. Be happy to help you.